For those with good taste.
Welcome, tasties and tastettes all around. We've been going at it for like an hour and a half now. We just put our clothes back on.
Yeah. We
but
had to warm up somehow.
You know what we were listening to while we were getting it on?
Listen, man, can I just say this? Welcome to the club, brother.
Thank you, man. I'm now, for all the people at home, a card-carrying member of the Swifties. I'm a Swiftite.
Yeah, you're a Swizzle Swiftie.
I'm moving swiftly through the catalog. I'm really just listening to one song right now, but it is 10 minutes long. So that's the length of at least like 3 songs.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say, if you were going to choose a song to introduce yourself to this club, this is definitely one that you'd want to write home about.
It's actually quite amazing, Matt, because it defeats a lot of narratives that have been written about me. In the tabloids, in the dirt sheets.
What? That you're known as a mainstream contrarian?
Yeah, that
Okay.
I that I won't get with any trends and any fads. No, I want it to be known that I will hop on any blonde white woman out there.
No, I think she's a redhead right now, but I like where your head's at. I see what you did there, and you're being very inclusive, dude. Good for you.
Yeah, dude.
You've taken a page out of
Aryan
somebody else's
Nation.
book.
Hell yeah.
Just make sure that your salute is low, okay? As long as we're keeping that
right here,
baby. No, man, but I know that you've been in love with this song.
I hate that that's going to be recorded.
Yeah, I mean, it's out there now, dude. I
did like a weird facial thing.
Didn't
I didn't even know where my hands were going.
There's your wrestling reference
Tail's
already,
not this
dude.
big, dude.
You do what you want to do, dude. You're hitting your pelvis. Your pelvis can be wherever you want it to be.
Yeah, I was actually holding my stomach when I did that.
Anyway, man, I know that this 10-minute song has kind of captured your heart, but I think it's really the 14-minute video that's kind of got you steaming on this thing, man.
Well, you know, Matt, I love a good story. Nobody can deny that. I love a good story.
Yeah, somebody would say that you're into the gossip.
I also love a good chick flick, and I do love when I know the background to what a song's about, right? We went through this whole thing a few months back with Olivia Rodrigo, right? And me and you just gushing over, we loved like the storytelling ability, and like it makes you feel like you're there. And this 10-minute song and this 14-minute short film that this young lady put out,
powerful.
It's incredible, Matt. I would venture to say, and it's held at that standard due to a great acting performance from a favorite of the pod.
Huge FTW GT fan favorite.
Possibly talked about every single week for 60 weeks straight on this podcast.
If we can keep this trend going where at some point we mention this man's name, I'll keep doing it. I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
We're talking about Dylan O'Brien, people.
Yeah, of course. They already knew. So we're talking about Dylan O'Brien. We're on like a nickname basis with him now.
We'll figure it out.
Leading a fan. You look up the biggest fan club on Instagram for Dylan O'Brien. We're running that page.
Yeah, you'll see a picture of us with Dylan himself.
Yeah, we're clout chasing.
We do it. But he is co-starring with Sadie Sink, who people will know as the redhead from Stranger Things, a.k.a. Mad Max. And, man, they do a great job telling the story, man.
So I want to kind of walk through this because the thing that has you're still not, just for the people's knowledge, you have heard the song.
Yes.
Right? You've fallen in love with the song.
I have. I've
great.
fallen in love with the short film.
All Too Well is the name of the song, if anybody doesn't know what we're talking about. We have Genius up here.
Which should be your go-to place for anything lyric-based.
Any lyrics,
right?
dude. Like, because they give some background, some context. I just want to hit you off right off the bat.
Free advertisement right there. Hit us up, Genius, if you're trying to support the pod.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
So, very first verse, Matt, we get a line, and it's like, "And I left my scarf there at your sister's house. And you've still got the drawer even now in your drawer even now." That doesn't even matter. The sister's house, right?
Yeah.
So this is a celebrity with a sister, Matt. That's what we know right now.
Yeah.
That's what you know. Do you know?
That's great detective work.
Do you know any celebrities with sisters?
I know a few.
We're gonna get to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
Can you name a couple right now, just so we can?
Jennifer Lopez has a sister.
Does she?
Yeah, she does. And she's not as good looking as Jennifer Lopez.
Is she like Sophie from the block, or which?
Dude,
what's her moniker?
Couldn't tell you, brother. She could be Maria from the block for all I know. All I know is that she's got a sister.
Maria.
Rosario Dawson has a sister.
I don't know.
These are all people that I've just recently read articles about.
You don't have any like more famous sister parents? Why didn't you say Mary Kate has a sister?
Because that would be too obvious.
Her name's Ashley.
No, I would have went with
Elizabeth.
Yeah, who clearly is the most popular Olsen sister right now.
Not the richest though.
Not the richest, but I would say she's gonna get there.
Do you think she's third richest?
She'd probably have to be by default, right?
Right. Yeah. But this is a whole other conversation. Do we lump Mary-Kate and Ashley as one still?
Yeah, because they started when they were child
So
stars.
Elizabeth's really in second. She's silver medal. She didn't get the bronze.
Yeah, because they're sharing first place.
Yeah,
cohorting first place, if you would.
They never individually. Maybe I'm wrong because I don't know the past 15 years of their lives, but at least for a while there,
I think Mary-Kate came out with her own drug line.
That's messed up. That's messed up.
Too much? Too real for you?
Well, so I went to try and one-up you, and I've actually saved myself from saying something really mean.
See, I didn't go into that route because I knew it would be wrong. I know exactly what you're thinking.
So I don't know if that, because they both had makeup. Maybe they were both in Walmart. Remember they did the New York Minute movie too, I think, right? You loved the movies.
What was it? Two of a Kind? They had a couple of different movies.
Two of a Kind?
Yeah.
I don't know that.
Do you need me to look it up?
No.
Oh, don't make me look it up, bro. But no, okay, so they started off when they were really young. And one of the things that sticks out to me about Taylor Swift's video, and I asked you, I was like, hey, what's the deal with this? Because Dylan O'Brien is clearly like 30-something years old.
Mm-hmm.
Sadie Sink, a.k.a. Mad Max, like early 20s.
So let's do some math real quick, okay? So Dylan O'Brien, I believe...
She's 19.
...is born in 1993.
Okay.
How old would that make him?
He would be 28.
So he's 9 years older than her, right?
Yep.
We're right around there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Call it a decade just to be
This is where I was like, dude, you were very perceptive. And people call you dumb all the time. Like, you were being very perceptive.
Can you, like, screenshot this shit when you see it? Because unless you're, like, saving me and just deleting it, I don't see what people are saying about me, man. So stop calling me... Hey, you people out there. I'm not dumb, okay? I can't Google, but it doesn't mean I'm not dumb. Wait, it doesn't mean I'm dumb. It doesn't mean I'm dumb.
Dude,
it may mean that I'm not dumb.
They call you P-Brain Matt, dude.
No.
Yeah,
they can't
dude,
do that.
Dude.
The people have spoken.
Yeah, they call
that
you...
That makes me sad, man. Well, you were about to pay me a compliment, so I'm certainly not going to stop you.
Donkey Brain Potato.
You're an asshole, bro. El burro.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
They call me the ass. The wild ass.
But it's all in reference to your brain.
No, I get it, man. I'm a little bit out there.
But dude, you are perceptive as hell, and you were like, wow, there's quite an age difference here. And at first I was like, oh, no, there isn't. But then I was like, wait, no, it does make perfect sense because they are depicting a relationship that she has had in her real life. Yep. In this, right? And there's a line as we scroll down a little bit here that's like, you made me feel bad about being too fucking young or some shit like that.
Oh, yeah, that's all. I gotcha.
And that's where I was like, oh, damn, Matt knows what the fuck he's talking about. And he's not. It made me actually suspect because I thought, did you maybe read about this?
So it's right here. You said if we had been closer in age, maybe it would have been fine, and that made me want to die.
Okay, so here's the next level of our clue, Matt. Can we figure this out before I tell you?
It's like, guess who?
We know that he has a sister.
Yeah.
And we know that he's 9 years older. So who's 9 years older than Taylor Swift and has a sister?
Samuel L. Jackson.
Close. No, you gotta, Matt. I need guesses.
Right,
you don't.
Guesses.
Okay, tell me who Sam L's sister is.
Okay, no, hold on. Jake Gyllenhaal.
I know you read this before.
No, I swear to God, is it Jake Gyllenhaal?
Dude, you read this before.
I swear to God.
I know what happened, dude. Because when you were Googling, it popped up on. It did pop up on there. You are perceptive. I've told you you're perceptive.
Lenny, hand to God, you saw my face. I had no idea who this was.
This is total blasphemy.
Hand to the Lord, baby Jesus. Okay. Look in my eyes.
Matt, I want you to commit to something right now.
Yes.
Okay? And this is people, you have to hold him accountable to this. You just said what you just said. Praise the baby Jesus.
I said hand to Lord baby Jesus.
Okay. A few weeks. It's about to be December.
Huh?
We're finding a mange, dude. Is that what they put those little babies in at Christmas time?
A mange?
A manger?
I have
a Christmas manger.
You wanna dress me up like the baby Jesus?
No, we're gonna go see one, dude, and you have to pray to it.
Oh, can we go to Actually, I won't say the name of the shrine because then it gives away our location. Okay. I'm glad I caught myself. Yeah, I guess I could commit to that, dude.
We're gonna do that. I need people to hold us accountable to that. Okay. We're gonna do three things this year, Matt. We're doing that. Then we're gonna go to the frog pond. I just gave away our location, anyways. And then we're gonna go to the ice sculptures, dude. I wanna see some sculptures, bro.
In Norway, because that's where we are.
Bro, I have a VPN. Don't worry.
I was so concerned. I'm like, I get in trouble all the time for outing our location. I'm not going to do it.
You get in trouble all the time? I'm literally the one who does it nearly every single time.
You do it all the time. And I say I get in trouble. It's literally just you telling me,
do that anymore. They don't bring up on the internet like how you out our location. They just call you stupid
all right, can we circle back? I got it right. It's Jake Gyllenhaal?
It is fucking Jake Gyllenhaal. This
so
whole
you
song,
realize
dude,
I didn't know this.
Yeah, no, you did.
I did.
This whole song, interestingly enough, about Jakey Jills, dude.
They dated?
Yeah, apparently like 6 months.
I can't call myself a Swiftie if I didn't know that.
It is crazy that you didn't know that.
Wow.
Which begs the question now, Matt. And we're not going to get into this whole thing here.
Molly Gyllenhaal.
This is going to be a, our boy D's going to come on the pod at some point. And we're going to save this conversation because I think there's a couple important Taylor Swift related things. And we know.
You talking about the hit list?
Young Ange is a huge fan of Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Hums that love story song all the time.
Bro, the amount of times like I'm picking him up from a certain somewhere and he's just like and I'm like, yeah, what are you humming? He's like, DMX. Yeah. Like, dude, you need to stop trying to lie to me. Stop trying to lie to me right now, bro. You better hit him up shop. It's crazy because if we get him in here and we start going over,
so you're talking One Direction?
No, not the band. What are you talking?
See, I was talking a different direction because that's one thing to talk about there. But I want to talk to D about how it's unfair. We were going to have this conversation a long time ago about the Olivia Rodrigo stuff, right?
Yeah.
How she ethered a man over like 3 or 4 songs.
Straight
like
flamed him.
Like killed this dude's credibility, right?
Murdered.
On the streets. This 10-minute song has tanked Jake Gyllenhaal's credibility, no?
Yeah, like he's never going to be in Marvel
Let's
again.
get to the 7th verse, 8th verse. This is like if the end of 8 Mile, all the different battles were directed towards one person.
Yeah. Like everything that could possibly be said, all the shots that could possibly be fired, right in here.
So, verse 6. And I was never good at telling jokes, but the punchline goes, I'll get older, but your lovers stay my age. Meaning that I'm going to be 30 one day, and you're still going to be dating 21 and 22-year-old girls. And when you watch this video, you're like, she paints him in the picture that he just preys on like the emotional instability. It's like, it's just not that, to your point, not a great look to walk away with. And I just want to ask the question, and we're not going to get into the answers here because I want to really think out this argument because I think a lot of people will be upset with us. But is it fair that, like, there's no way he can respond to this? There's no way as a man that he can really defend himself here, right?
And it's depicted in the video.
He's dating a 25-year-old, by the way, right now. So that's where it's interesting.
It's spot on, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, you're right. You're playing straight into character. But what I love that she does at the end of this video is she's doing a read-along for a book that she's released. Mm-hmm. And while she's sharing this last verse and she's going into the chorus where she knows all too well how this ends, he's sitting outside of that book reading out in the cold, right? Like it's snowing mm-hmm. and he's out there, baseball cap, walking away in the shadows. There is no way that he comes back from this, or comes to defend himself for this, because what can he say? All the evidence is clearly spread out in this very well thought out 14-minute short film.
So I asked you also are you familiar with this album and like how it came to be?
No.
Because this is a re-release of her Red album, right?
Okay, yeah.
So this song, All Too Well, came out however many years ago.
There's a shorter version of it.
Yeah. So the reason this album got re-released is she went through that whole thing about a year ago with Scooter Braun where it was like her arguing for the ownership of her music.
Yep.
So the way that she's found a loophole into being able to make royalties off her music and owning it is by re-recording it.
Yep.
So this song's interesting to me because not all of this song was written 10 years ago or whatever, some of this song, and I have to imagine that particular line the one about I'll get
probably
older,
built out over time,
is something that in retrospect, I think these last couple verses potentially are things that she maybe wrote in retrospect. Even looking at, like you mentioned, the scene of her in the coffee shop and them looking in on her. I'm sure that's just all things that when she looks back at that, or I have to assume are things that she's...
And we don't know what things have happened behind the scenes. You know, maybe he's reached out and, you know, tried to rekindle this, whatever it could be. And we don't know, but the way that she's told the story... It really is interesting, and it's more so interesting as she continues to recreate this music, how many other shots she's willing to take. Because as she's redoing her music, do you know about the I don't want to say scandal, but like the fiasco with her and Calvin Harris?
So I do not know about that one, but the one that I understand most Swifties are clamoring for is there's particular songs about John Mayer.
Yes. Yeah, so there's more of those out there. But the song that kind of put Calvin Harris on the map for a couple summers, after he had already been on the map for a couple summers, was the one that he did with Rihanna, This Is What You Came For. So, like, that was like the...
Can you give me a little of the chorus?
Lightning, this is what you came for. Something, something. This is what it's made for. I'm not a lyricist.
That song is what is about Taylor Swift?
So no, that song...
And is his dick lightning in this?
That song was written and sung by Taylor Swift. And he, I guess, had the rights to it or had the actual music. And rather than recording it with her, he recorded it with Rihanna. And she took him to court for it and tried to get that song, like, to get the rights to that song. So I know that some people have been clamoring to hear her redo that. But I think she released a version of it a couple of years ago on YouTube of her just doing a cover of it. But again, she's got a lot of these little stories that she can create some drama with.
She's definitely a it girl, and she's one of the more interesting ones to me because I don't think she would fall under like the tradition. I guess she has a traditional look, but I guess what I'm trying to say is she's not like supermodel. Although technically supermodels like runway models are actually more her build, right?
No, so you're thinking like bombshell. Like amazing, like curvaceous, bootylicious, I guess you could say.
She, if anything, I guess has gotten by on like, and there's lines in here that we were talking about earlier. I think she's gotten by as being like kind of that all-American, like wholesome girl. And she's referencing in this that that's not necessarily who she is, but that's what people have cut her out or are putting her in that box, you know?
And she's kind of had to fight her way out of it, right? Like she's had to kind of go against the grain and show that she's a lot more than what people have perceived her to be. So far, so good, man. Like I don't want to say I was shocked to hear how involved you were with this when I walked in studio, but I was happy that we got to enjoy it.
Yeah, so we normally do segments on here, and one of them is normally like what we've been watching. This is the only thing I've watched. This is what I've been watching. I've watched her do the music video, and then I've watched it on like SNL. Okay, so number of times I've watched is probably only like 3 times now. The music video, twice the SNL. But number of times I've listened, number of times I've listened to the song is probably more embarrassing. It's like in the realm of like 15 to 20.
I won't say it's embarrassing until the end of the year when Spotify and Apple Music like rounds out their like your year in review playlists, and they'll tell you how many times you played that song. Then we'll call you out for being embarrassed.
How many like 10-minute songs do you like?
Not many. There's very few.
Can you think of any?
Requiem for a Dream.
I don't know what it is.
It's by I don't think it's Hans Zimmer. It's like an orchestral or like an orchestra.
Okay. All right. Song. Not the direction I thought we would have gone.
No. I can't think of any other 10-minute songs.
So Bohemian Rhapsody is ridiculously long. I'm sure.
Here's where you show your true colors, dude. Because I come from a background of people who say that a certain group of people... They don't talk
about it because he's gay.
A certain group of people need to stop acting like Bohemian Rhapsody is such a good song.
Well, that's fucked up.
Really?
It is a good song.
Okay.
You don't think it's a good song?
I'm neither here nor there about it.
I'm not like a huge Queen fan or anything. Like quite frankly, I've heard it far too much in the past few years of my life.
Okay.
To say that I really really like it. I'm kind of sick of it.
I would say I've heard it obnoxiously more than I'd like to.
Yes, exactly.
Specifically in these last couple of years.
Exactly.
Okay.
But it is disrespectful.
Talking to you.
To say that it's not like a good song. It's for sure a good song.
Sure, man.
But that's a 10-minute song. Green Day, Jesus of Suburbia by them is a very, very, very good 10-minute song.
I've probably heard that once or twice.
I love it. American Idiot is my favorite Green Day album, I think, and I don't know, that might be an unpopular opinion, and I'm not sure.
I guess I need to go back and revisit how many like actual songs are out there that are 10 minutes long.
One last one I'll mention, and this is a deep cut that only like a select few people would probably know. The band Something Corporate had this song called Constantine that I really, really like.